Hello and welcome to my channel, and welcome. In this video, I'm going to be making a tiny dragon in ZBrush, however the hell you want to pronounce it. And it kind of at the moment looks like a tadpole, but it has to start somewhere. And I got the idea for this from looking at a bestiary. Bestiary. So, which is like an old, very old, medieval kind of era sort of text, Latin, religious thing. I'm not a religious person, that's not why I was looking at it. It's because there's so many images on them usually, and they're quite funny to look at. But they're animals and stuff, and dragons, and all kinds of other things you could think of. But a lot of the time, obviously, the artist hadn't seen the animal before, so we're just going off descriptions, so they kind of look a little odd, but yeah, like I said, they hadn't seen them before, so that's why I got this idea. And this is sped up a lot. Maybe I should have slowed it down, but anyway, so I'm making the head, and now I'm giving him eyes. Am I giving him an eye? Yeah, giving him an eye, which worked out, but giving him eyes, giving him eyelids. This is very low, not low poly. Well, I guess it could be, but it's, so later on I'll divide it and it'll increase in levels and more polygons, so it'll look a little smoother. And then giving him legs, filling out his legs, because he has no front legs in the sketch I made, or in the original drawing from 1207, actually, I forgot to mention. So it's pretty damn old, a lot of these things. And he looks a little sad. I don't know if it's his nose or his mouth, he just looks sad. Poor little dragon. But he does look really sad, maybe. But I try to make cute things, and they either end up looking sad, or just really angry, like they want to rip your head off. But dragons tend, they can look angry and stuff. So, back to this. Fleshing out the legs. And, forgot to mention, symmetry is on, so that what you do on one side will reflect on the other side. You don't need to have it on, but it does help. And I'm just masking out stuff because I realized the neck and head need to be a little longer, because if they weren't, he would just fall over. And now I'm messing with the legs because they just look really funny to me. I think they just look a little bit like too short and overbalanced, like he would just fall over. So, and it worked kind of in the drawing, but not in this. So I made his legs bigger, and then now he's a dinosaur. He's no longer a dragon. He looks more like a dinosaur. But that's okay, because I'll add wings on him later, and then he might look more like a dragon. Hopefully, crossing my fingers about that. And I'm just messing with the tail, and you have to Dynamesh when you do what I just did, when you pulled stuff like that, and then you can smooth it after you Dynamesh it. Now, I'm not one to teach people how to use ZBrush. Honestly, I do most of this stuff just by trial and error, and that's just how I learn stuff like this. There are plenty of tutorials on YouTube or Skillshare or even on Pixologic. They've got basic ones, so you can, it help you figure out the basics. I am not the one to teach people how to use this. Really not. I am just not a good... I'm an alright teacher, but not when it comes to ZBrush. But anyway, giving him claws. He looks he's got feet now, and they're a little bit misshapen, but that's okay, I will fix them. Maybe. Hopefully. And he kind of looks like a bird, like a eagle that's walking towards somebody, but that's okay. Give him little claws, give him detail, and then I take the move brush and move them so they're more claw-like, little pointed. And then use the inflate brush and give the top of the claws a little bit like they're coming out of skin rather than just sitting there. And now I'm just adding finer details. And you use smooth things so they're not so harsh. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And this looks really odd at this stage, and I can't figure out why. I think it's his leg. And what am I doing here? Oh, I'm making horns. That's what I'm making. Just like little horns. and you just add like a sphere and shape it, and then you can clone it. It's a mirror, not clone, same kind of thing. So that's it here. And now I'm trying to add like a frill in between the spikes, and I'm not doing this neatly. I don't really care if it looks neatly because I kind of want it to look rough and, you know, a little bit texture. If I really wanted it to look neatly, I would, you know, be a little neater with my points, but here I'm not caring what they look like. If it looks all holy, that's fine, but I do end up changing that, but that's okay. But yeah, and then I don't know, it's sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. This little thing, I can't remember what it's called. You take a Z sphere or Z sphere, whatever, and you alter the topology, and sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't, just because I don't use it very often. See, there's holes here, but I didn't really like that. So I take the move brush and just move them around so they're not holy anymore. So really, I should have just done that in the first place. It would have saved me some time. But hey, like I said, I'm not 100% skilled at this. I need more practice, and it's been about 4 or 5 months since I really used this program a lot. So when I first turned it on again, I was like, oh crap, how do I do that again? So it took me about 5 minutes to remember how to do certain things. But, you know, I didn't forget all of it, just some of it. So I'm just moving things around to kind of give them a frill, which I do like the look of in the end, but it would have just been, like I said, more, can't talk today, a little bit simpler if I had just done this in the first place. You know, live and learn. But it is what it is. I like the way he looks here. It's kind of like more like a dinosaur. And then, yeah, this was lovely. I was like, what the hell? A little bit more than annoyed. I was a little pissed off more than annoyed. And so now, I didn't actually go and drink any alcohol. I'm not a drinker. I was just frustrated. I really was. So, I have a file that's corrupted, and it actually is just a subtool, which will mean nothing to anybody who doesn't know anything about ZBrush. I can't even delete it because the program crashes. So I'm going to have to go to a previous save and finish this thing. So it'll be up next Saturday, hopefully. I'm crossing my fingers, as long as nothing else goes wrong. So yeah, thank you for watching my tiny dragon that turned into a dinosaur. Hopefully Dinosaur Dragon may be in the end, I don't really know. And it might not have a frill because that's the part that's corrupted, and I don't know why. But yeah, look, once again, thanks for watching, and Wednesday's video, I'm thinking about doing something with printmaking, but I'm not 100% sure what yet. So come back and see that.